Hey everyone, it's Tyler and Michelle Stroik from Universal Rackets, and in this video we are going to be doing a full third shot drop masterclass. If you stay tuned for this whole video, we are going to be going over step by step on how to exactly learn the third shot drop in the quickest way possible. A lot of players, they struggle with their third shot drops.
Or they refuse to do them. I was someone who refused a third shot drop, and then I started playing for a little bit longer and realized you should just agree to it as fast as you can, learn the shot, and put it in your tool belt and use it as much as you can.
And the third shot drop, like you said, tool belt, and I like to think of it in pickleball, it's another shot in your tool belt.
Yeah.
You can hit a drive, now you can hit a drop. You have different variety, and if you're a beginner, intermediate, club level player, especially if you're playing rec at parks, a lot of players, all they do is drive, 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 drive.
Yeah.
So if you can throw in a drop, players, they're going to be waiting for a drive, and they're going to like freeze when you hit this drop.
The thing that I love about the third shot drop is you're using the kitchen to your advantage, right? Because you can't volley the ball when you're in the kitchen. So it puts time on your side, and it allows you to get up to the net, and it gives you a higher percentage at winning the point when you have made your way to the kitchen.
Yeah.
A drive is going to let them hit the ball low to your feet back, so you might not get there as soon as you can in comparison if you're hitting a third shot drop. And that's the point of it.
And if you play in a group that drives all the time, after you watch this video and you do the third shot drop, they're going to look at you like you're an alien. They're going to go, wait, what did you just do? And they're going to freeze, and you're going to win the point. A lot of players are afraid to hit a third shot drop, like you said. And when you started out, we were afraid to hit third shots. I felt so good.
I wasn't afraid. I refused to do it because I didn't understand the purpose behind it. And now all I do is drop.
And here's the reason why. You'll go out and say, oh, you know what? I need to try a third shot drop. You're going to try a third shot drop once. You're going to pop the ball up, or it's going to go in the net, and you're never going to try a third shot drop again. You're going to go, oh, I'm bad at third shot drops. Let me just drive.
But trust us. You need to use this shot. Trust us blindly.
And you need to watch this video because at Universal Rackets, we work over 10, 15,000 in-person clinics and lessons, and we have over 50 plus coaches, and we teach each one of these coaches this progression that we are going to go through and teach you guys online how to hit a third shot drop. Instead of just going out trying to hit it, we're going to walk you through different progressions and drills so you can learn the third shot drop the fastest and most efficient way as possible.
So I'm the student?
You're the student, I'm the teacher. Let's get started. Make sure you buckle your seatbelts and stay tuned because this is going to be an amazing video. Let's go. So the first thing for you to learn for the third shot drop, and what we teach everyone at Universal Rackets, is to think of the third shot drop like a beanbag or a cornhole toss. When you're playing beanbag or cornhole, what do? You put the bag down and you try to throw it in the hole. The beanbag and cornhole toss is the exact same motion that you want to use to learn and master this shot. So the first drill that I want you to do, if you have an amazing, beautiful partner, or you could do it yourself without a partner, you'll just need a ton of balls, is you're going to stand in the transition zone, you're going to put the ball down in front, and you're going to extend with your arm and shoulder and try to toss the ball into the kitchen, and then Michelle's just going to hit the ball back. Again, I'm going to be in the transition zone, I'm going to put the ball out in front of me, and I'm going to try to toss the ball into the kitchen. Now, you're probably going to be able to just toss the ball in the kitchen like this, but you are not going through the motion. The goal of this first drill is to understand the muscle memory. Make sure when you toss this ball in, you're here, out in front, and you extend with your arm and your shoulder. What you're not doing is this. You're just using your wrist, or you're taking it behind you, because a lot of tennis players, they go wrong because they try to take their paddle back. You want to keep your paddle out in front and then just go forward. So we're going to do a couple. I'm going to be out front. I'm just going to toss the ball into the kitchen, and she's going to hit it back. Again, I'm going to toss the ball and fully extend. Notice when I fully extend, I am holding my hand and my palm outward. What I'm not doing is just going like this. Instead of just thinking about her swing path and her arm path, I'm going to think about my legs. I'm getting into my legs and pushing off my legs. One more, getting into my legs and pushing off my legs. Now Michelle is going to put her paddle down, and she's going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So she's going to go back and just work on tossing the ball and really getting into her legs and using her arm and shoulder. So make sure you always get it in front of you, not on the side. Here we are. That's okay. We can do another one. And of course, we picked the windiest day to try to learn how to do this third shot drop. Two more.
And what is the purpose of the third shot drop? To have it land in the kitchen.
Why do you want it to land in the kitchen, Michelle?
Because they can't hit the ball out of the air if it lands in the kitchen.
And think, if you can execute a successful third shot drop or a toss, I'm going to have to hit under and up over the net. That's why you want a good third shot drop, because it forces your opponents to have to hit up over the net rather than down into the court. Let's do 2 more and 1 more.
It is like cornhole.
Yeah, it's an exact
It's touch, it's feel.
type.
It's important to understand that feeling, because when you're hitting it with your paddle, you're gonna know if it's a good third shot drop. Because people have asked me before, like, oh, why didn't you move up? What is the difference between a good and a bad third shot drop? You did it. Isn't that it? No, a good one lands in the kitchen, is unattackable, it can't be reached out of the air. A bad one obviously lands in the net, or is too high.
Yes.
So once you start practicing this beanbag toss with the pickleball, when you're hitting it off your paddle, you're gonna understand what to do next.
And you know, one person yesterday, Myra, she actually asked, she's like, how do you know if it's a good or a bad third shot drop? And not just in the kitchen, but a good third shot drop is when you can force your opponents to go down instead of up. So even if it's a little bit deep, it's not perfect exactly into the kitchen, maybe this person that you're playing, because you're playing rec, doesn't know how to take balls out of the air. So they're letting this ball bounce. This is a good third shot drop. Whenever you can get your opponents like this, that's a good drop.
The best third shot drop is actually one that they have to let bounce as well. So say we're playing mixed doubles and Tyler's cheating over here and he's on this side of the court, a great third shot drop lands here. If it's landing right here and he's over there, he's gonna have to take multiple steps to get to that third shot drop. So it may be coming higher over the net, but if it's landing here and he's there, that's an amazing third shot drop. He can't get it.
Yes, totally. So now what we're going to do is, after that, we're going to do the exact same thing, except I'm going to use my paddle. So notice when I do this though, I'm in the transition zone, I'm putting my paddle down, and I'm extending with my arm and my shoulder. Before, to get the ball into the kitchen cornhole beanbag toss, I put the ball down and extended and tossed the ball with my arm and my shoulder. I'm going to do the exact same motion, and you're going to do the exact same motion, but now you have your paddle. So it's going to look like this. Michelle's gonna hit it back and extend with my arm and my shoulder. She's gonna hit it back, extend. Now, if you're more advanced like we are, you can do it by just having your partner hit the ball back. But if you're not advanced yet, Michelle, I want you to catch it, and you're going to toss the ball back to me. So you could get a real good rep. Here we are, extend with the arm and shoulder.
Something else to note about the third shot drop is even if you're watching professional pickleball, I'm gonna guess this is my percentage based on the amount of pro pickleball I've watched and seen and been around. Only like 40% of a 6.1 pickleball player's drop lands in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I don't think it's more than 50% land in the kitchen.
Because you know the difference is these.
So don't stress about that.
Yeah.
Just try your best and know that statistic.
And after these progressions, we're going to be giving tons of tips and tricks for you to improve. But that's another one, I think, and that's one of the tips I was going to give later on is,
like Ben John's drops don't all 100% land in the kitchen. There's no way.
Don't be afraid. The only place where you really don't want your drop to land is in the net.
Yeah.
Because how many times have you or I missed, or you watching have missed, when you have a ball that's super easy up here? If I hit the ball high and I make a mistake, Michelle still can lose the point. But if I hit the ball in the net because I'm afraid to make it too perfect or go too long, and it goes in the net, you 100% won the point. There's nothing that I can do.
Yeah.
So if you play with some height, you'll be all right. And that's the one tip that I like to give all my students.
And to be honest, I'm gonna give some more percentages here, because in my game, I like 95% of my third shots are drops, and they're not perfect because I rarely drive the ball, but what I do know how to do is to defend the imperfect shot.
Yeah.
So I'm still in the point.
And that was a video that we did the other day, how to beat bangers.
And then my fifth shot is always better than my third.
Let's go. Here we are. So you're gonna move back, I'm gonna toss the ball, and you're going to do the exact same thing. Good. And you're just thinking beanbag when you hit. You're extending with your arm and your shoulder. Now, clearly, Michelle has done this a lot before, so it might look a little bit different compared to a beginner, but this is the same progression that you want to go through. Again, once you feel good with that, now I'm going to feed the ball in. And the difference between the feed and the hand feed is that now I'm not feeding every ball to her on a silver platter. I'm going to try to get every ball back to her nice, but sometimes I might hit too deep, sometimes I might hit short. The thing with the drop is what? You're never going to have a perfect shot to hit. So this gives you a more of a real type feel or in-game feel.
Also with the third shot drop, like there's a couple that I tried to take a step back from because I wanted to let it bounce, but you can take a drop out of the air. Well, I guess it's called a reset, but it could be a third shot reset. Like if I'm here, and every time I do this, I get closer to the kitchen, because when you're hitting a drop instead of a drive, you are just taking time on your side and taking away from them.
In pickleball, time is a currency, and the difference between the drive and the drop is the drop, you're giving yourself more time. The drive, the faster you hit it, the faster it's going to come back.
The drive puts them under pressure. The drop steals time.
I love this insight. That's a good point. I never really thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I just think a drop, okay, I want to get up to the kitchen. But why? Because you get more time.
When the ball's in the air, we should do it. We should have someone time how long it takes for a drop to land, and then to be hit back, and how long it takes for a drive to be.
Because when the ball's in the air, your opponent can't hit it. And that's the big thing. Yes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the second drill. So some people, they might not like the beanbag toss. Maybe that doesn't work for them, and that's okay, because different tips work for different people, and one size does not fit all. And that's what we are very passionate about at Universal Rackets, explaining things multiple different ways. One size, again, does not fit all. So if you did not like that drill and you're still having trouble learning your third shot drop, this is going to be the next drill. So Michelle and I are going to stay up at the kitchen. We're going to dink. This is also called the slinky drill. And every single time that I make the ball into the kitchen, I'm going to take a step back. If I miss the ball, if it goes in the net or if it goes too high, I'm going to just stay where I am and keep on staying at that spot until I get a good one, and then I'm going to take a step back. Then once I get all the way back to the kitchen and I make it back at the kitchen, then I'm going to work my way all the way back up to the kitchen. So you're going to start at the kitchen and then work your way back. Once you get back to the baseline, you're going to work your way up. Now, the big thing to think about when you're doing this drill is, instead of like the other drill, it's a beanbag toss. With this, the drop and the dink are kind of the same motion, except the further back you get, the more oomph and the more forward and the more legs you need to use. So this drill is going to teach you to try to keep the same motion, just like a dink. Paddle out in front, extend with our arm and shoulder, except now there's more distance to cover. So either A, you can think of it like a beanbag toss, or B, you can think like an extended dink, like it's an extended dink, and this is the perfect drill to do it. I recommend, and what we do at Universal Rackets, is that we go through both of these drills. So here we are. I'm going to be the one moving back first. Now Michelle's just trying to be nice. Every single time I get the ball into the kitchen, I'm going to take a step back. And what I'm going to realize is the further back I get, the more I need to push the ball forward. Here we are. The more I need to push. Okay, made that, take a step back. Almost tripped and broke my ankle. Here we are. Push the ball forward. So I missed it there. I have to stay here now, and I'll keep on going. The further back I get, the more out and forward I need to swing. The more out and forward. The closer I get, the more up I need to swing. So here we are, made it. Okay, now I'm going to move up again. There we are. Now I'm gonna go all the way up to the dink. And now I'm back to a dink, so just short, right? Now I make it, I take a step back. And get the feel, the further back you are, the more distance you need to cover. And how do we swing with distance? We swing more forward and we get into our legs.
Sorry.
Here we are.
Sorry. Now listen, here's the thing. People get all worked up saying like, oh, if I give you a pickleball drill, drills make you better at pickleball. Playing pickleball is more fun. You can do this as your warm-up. People like to complain and say, I don't have anyone to drill with me. You're so lucky you have Tyler to drill with you. Are you playing pickleball or are you not? Because if you're playing pickleball, there has to be some form of a warm-up there. And that's 3 other people that can drill with you for at least 5 minutes before your game. People come and they warm up, they waste their time dinking. If you can't get to the kitchen, you will not be dinking. So instead of doing a dinking warm-up, why don't you take the person that you're playing against and warm up with them? They're your built-in drilling partner for that day.
Yeah.
If you're playing matches, you have people.
I agree. And I think the main thing about this, and even with what you said, is like the main reason why players struggle with their drops is because they don't put enough time in it. And I love telling all of my pickleballers, it's like a Bruce Lee quote: you don't fear a person that practices 1,000 kicks 1,000 times. You fear a person that practices one kick 1,000 times. And our goal right now with these drills and what we do at Universal Rackets is to put you in a situation to work on it over and over and over again until, number one, your muscle memory understands it, and number two, you get more confidence so you're able to bring it out to a game situation on court.
Yep.
I really think moving back and swinging more forward is a good thing to think about.
Something else that you're going to have to try to analyze yourself when you're warming up or practicing like this or drilling is to understand what you're doing wrong and then make an adjustment. So like we can say, okay, here's something to practice for your third shot drop. Here's how you can get the feel with it. Here's a drill you can do. But to realize, oh, I'm making contact too close to your body. I feel like that's what changes a great drop from an okay drop.
Yeah.
Or an exceptional drop that lands with top spin and dips right over the net, right this shallow in the kitchen. It's because they're making contact with the ball in the right place out in front of your body.
And it's like being able to problem solve. Okay, is the ball in the net? What do I have to do? Get more under it. Get under my leg. Scoop the ball more. Okay, is the ball going long? I have to swing more up. I have to extend my follow through. There's different things to solve different things. It's like when you're sick, if you have a headache, you take Tylenol, or if you, same thing.
It's like diagnosing.
Yeah, your problems.
Right.
And each player is going to have different problems and different causes. So maybe Michelle knows every single time hers goes into the net, she needs to think legs.
Right.
For me, every single time I pop the ball up, I know because I'm a tennis player, I take a big swing, I have to shorten my swing.
Right, and no one really here is going to get a private lesson from Tyler, but these videos are essentially a private lesson. And what you can do is you can take what we're saying and then feel it in your game. Footwork is a huge deal in the third shot drop.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of things to compensate to get the ball over the net with a third shot drop, but ideally you want to perfect it. And you don't even have to think about it. But when you do miss high, what can you do differently? Or your feet in the wrong place? Do you want to talk about some of the footwork that goes with a third shot?
Yeah, so we're going to do the final progression drill, and then we're going to work step by step on how each checkpoint of a third shot drop, and then we're going to do tons of tips. Probably should have gave you the itinerary before, but that's okay. Yeah. We're going to keep on going. But the main thing with the drop is when you miss, you don't think, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I stink at drops. Oh, okay, I got to do this, or I got to do this. If A doesn't work, then go to B. If B doesn't work, it's like a problem-solving chart.
Yeah.
Or what do they call it? A flow chart. Instead of just going, oh, I can't hit drops again, let me just do drives. And that's the main thing. So by going through these progressions, you're going to find out, number one, the muscle memory, and number two, what you do wrong and how to diagnose it. By, again, if you're in this slinky drill and I'm missing 10 times right here, I'm going to have to make an adjustment. I'm going to go, oh, okay, guess what? I held my paddle looser maybe, right? Or maybe I took a step, or maybe I got into my legs. Now I'm able to do it. So now if I'm out and I'm popping the ball up or doing whatever I did wrong to miss the ball 10 times and to stand here, I'll be able to fix it in the match.
Yeah.
Being able to create your own medicine in drilling for when you get sick in the game, you're able to just take the medicine. We're doctors. No, I'm kidding. Right?
Dr. Tyler.
I'm the.
He would be the worst doctor in the face.
I would. All right. So now what we are going to do is we're going to do the third and final drill. So once you do the beanbag toss to teach you the motion, and then the slinky drill to get you going and realize the feel of the shot, now we're going to put it all together. And the whole goal about this drill is when you hit a third shot drop, you just move up the kitchen, or they smash it down and it points over. This drill is going to continually give you multiple third shot drops over and over and over again. Just like the Bruce Lee quote, we are giving you one kick 1,000 times. So Michelle's going to be up at the kitchen. I'm going to be back at the baseline. Phase one is Michelle's going to try to be nice, and she's going to try to work with me and give me tons of reps. Then phase two, I'm going to try to drop the ball. Michelle's going to try to win the point. But the difference in making you have to hit over and over again, after your third shot drop, you're going to stay back. This is the only time if you hit a good third shot drop, you're going to stay back on the pickleball court.
Because we're looking for reps.
But the reason why, again, is to get you reps and put you in the same position over and over again. Now, the big thing with this drill that I like to do is the player up at the kitchen self-feeds, because if you feed the ball in, it's going to make it more, the first feed at least, I'm going to get a decent drop because she's going to toss the ball to me. Let's go. Michelle's going to feed the ball into me. I have some more balls, so I'm going to feed in. But when you're doing it, you want your partner up at the net. And again, she's going to try to be nice, and I'm going to just try to hit tons of drops and stay back here. I'm going to have to do backhand too. That's okay. Here we are, extending with my arm and my shoulder, making contact out in front. So that one, I popped up straight. I need to get into my legs. Here we are. There we are. And again, I'm giving myself my own medicine or problem solving when I play. Here we are. That's a backhand.
Too good.
Here we are. Extending with my arm and my shoulder. I'm trying to carry the ball or push the ball forward. Extend. Now phase two. You're going to try to win the point, right?
Okay.
Someone feed it in and try to drop the ball. Maybe I don't give her a super high feed to start. That's why you want your partner to feed in. But she's trying to win the point now. Ah!
I win.
Here we are. So she's going to try to put away the balls if she can. And this is going to teach me to what? Have to get a good shot to do anything with it. Now she should win all these points, right? But what is it doing to me? It's giving me reps every single time if your partner hits it to you. If she goes to the basket, there's nothing you can do. Here we are. Oh, yep, basket. Good job. Here we are. Here we are. Two more. One more. All right. Now, once you do that over and over again, the last thing that you're going to do after you do that final progression is you're going to play the point out. So you're going to hit your drop and work on moving up to the kitchen if it's a good drop, or staying back if it's a bad drop. So again, they might feed it in, but for this video, I'm going to feed it in. Okay, I'm going to stay back. I'm going to stay back. Okay, here we are. Stay back. Here we are. Notice what I'm doing if I pop the ball up. I'm staying back. If I hit a good one, I'm moving up. I'm not walking off the court if I pop the ball up. I can reset the ball. But many players, what they do, when they pop the ball up in the air and they hit a bad drop, they number one, stop hitting drops. They number two, go, oh my gosh, the point's over. Or number three, they move up to the kitchen.
Or number four, their partner turns around.
I don't know whose partner you're playing with. But
You!
the thing is if you hit a bad drop, just stay back. Hit a fifth shot, hit a sixth shot, or seventh, ninth. If you hit a bad drop, it's okay. It's okay. You can stay back and play for the next point. And that's huge, is having that mentality. And notice, when do I move up? I move up when Michelle is making contact from below the net.
Your opponent will tell you when to move up.
That's perfect. I couldn't hear you fully, but you said your opponent will
Your
what?
opponent will tell you when
They'll
to
be able
move
to hear.
up.
We'll tell you when to move up.
Yes, because maybe you're playing against someone who steps off the kitchen all the time.
Yeah.
Every single drop, then you're moving up.
And notice this. I'm not waiting to move up when the ball goes into the kitchen. I'm waiting to move up, or I'm telling myself to move up when I see Michelle go
Green light,
down.
green light, or has to move to the ball. It's
Yes.
not always down. It could be
And that's a big
moved.
difference, because if you wait until this
Uncomfortable.
ball hits the kitchen, time is currency in pickleball. You're going to be further back than when you are.
Yeah.
Now, maybe one time, right? I'm here. I hit an amazing shot. I think it's low. Oh my gosh, it's so windy. And I move up and I'm like, oh my gosh, Michelle hits an amazing shot, especially because she hit the center, and that's amazing. That really prolongs the point. What are you going to do? You're going to go, okay, good shot. You won 1 out of every 10 10 shots. That's okay to get beat trying to do the right thing. But if you try to do the right thing, overall, you're going to win more points than you lose.
And we're going back to the pros. So the pros land 40% of their drops in the kitchen. Probably like 100, maybe not 100%, 90% of the 40% or 90% of the 60%, they're still able to move an inch up.
Yeah.
Even if I take this ball out of the air, you can tell, or you can know it's not a put away. If it's not a put away and I'm just volleying it, you can take an inch up. Like your opponent will tell you when to come and when it's okay, or if you need to move back or stay. And that's a whole nother video that we did.
Yeah, red light, green light, right? But it's okay to move up and get beat. Think of it like playing the percentages. As long as you play high percentage pickleball, or if you can get yourself to play high percentage pickleball rather than low percentage, even if you lose that 1 point, you're going to win overall. And that's the whole thing, playing high percentage points, especially at recreational level.
So don't think across the board, oh my gosh, my ball did not land in the kitchen, I need to stay here or move back. That's not true across the board.
So I want you to watch me now and look at which balls I move up and which balls I move back. But the main thing is if you hit a good shot and you see your opponent's head go down or body go down,
I want you
then you move up.
To say it out loud, what you're reading from me.
Here we are, let's go. She's beautiful. Oh, all right, there we are, 1 point. Here we are. Okay. Below the net, above the net, but I have to stay here. So that one, she did really well.
But you did everything right, too.
I did. Perfect example and great stopping us right there. Is in that point, I did everything right. I moved up. I saw her make contact below the net. She hit a good shot. Then I hit the ball back and she hit another good shot. Cool, guess what? Congratulations.
And the problem was I'm at the kitchen and you're back.
That's why you get two serves, right? That's why you get two servers. So we're gonna do it again. Here we are. Below the net, I'm gonna move up hard. Oh. Okay. So that one, I knew I hit a really good drop. I saw her go down. Then she floated next ball. I went hard and then moved up. As you guys can see, by anticipating what your opponent can hit, you're going to be much better off. So those are the drills that we can do.
And that drop to my backhand there, I should have maybe let that bounce so I had a more comfortable time hitting my shot against you. But I bent down and took it out of the air. As soon as I went down, that's when you know, okay, time to attack.
Yes. And whenever
even though he was in transition.
Yeah.
Which people are like, oh, don't ever attack in transition.
You can, but the only time that you can go, and if you guys want to rewind there, is I attacked in transition when your ball was literally floating to me. That's when. And the other time you want to set in transition, but if you have a floating ball like that, you're going to move up. Now, we went over the different drills for you to do. And after you do those drills, then you can think about the checkpoints. There's a reason why that we went over all these drills and progressions first, and now we're going into the checkpoints. And that is because it's good to get a feel for it. Different things, again, it's pickleball. Different things work for different people. So by doing all these drills, you're going to have to problem solve and basically figure yourself out and see how it really feels and try to find what works for you. Do you want to check that this still is going? So with the checkpoints, the first thing that you want to do with the third shot drop is you always want to make sure that you make contact out in front of your body. And what I mean by that is when you make contact, a lot of players go wrong because they take their paddle too far back or they take a big backswing or they get jammed. The closer you get the ball to you, the more the ball is going to go straight up. So you always want to make contact out in front. Now, how do we make contact out in front? It's very simple. You take the ball early. Once again, you take the ball early. You don't let the ball just get too close to you. You want to be here, you don't want to be here. Now, the next thing that you want to do is with the contact, as we understand the contact, you want to make sure another big thing is you want to keep your head down and body down. A lot of players, where they go wrong is that they pick their head up and their body up. Oh my gosh, I picked up a tennis ball. They pick their head up and body up when they hit. We don't have any more balls. So what they do is they're going up like this with their head and their body. I need to keep my body down. I need to set my legs and just go up with my arm and my paddle. By doing that, that is going to have a way better effect. The more consistent and concise I can keep my body, the less things can go wrong.
So the first thing is to make sure that your contact's in the right place. The second thing, actually, before you even make contact, is going to be your footwork. You want to make sure that your feet are in the right position to hit the drop at the right time and that your body's in the right position. So when the ball's coming to you, you can step towards that ball and hit the ball right here out in front, but you want to make sure that your feet are set. You don't want to be running and hitting a drop at the same time. So you want to make sure that your feet are set and that you are making contact when the ball bounces on the ground. It's coming up, and then right as it starts to come right back down, that's when you want to make contact. So not only does the contact on your body need to make sense, but your contact on the timing of the ball's bounce needs to be perfect. That is the key to making sure that your ball's going to go where you want it to go. Then lastly, it's going to be in your swing. So you don't want a huge backswing. You want to make sure that your swing begins here in front of your body. There's no take back for the drop. You just come and you meet the ball and you push it. And then whenever you're pointing your paddle, so the finish of the drop, where your paddle is pointing is where the ball is going to go. You want to hit it over there to that person because they're a weaker player. You want to point your paddle over to where that person is. If you want to generate topspin, you want to make sure that your paddle is actually facing perpendicular so that the ball is getting spin as it's coming to your opponent, and it will dip at their feet when it lands in the kitchen. So those are all of your checkpoints. You want to make sure you're making contact out in front of your body. You want to make sure that your feet are set and you're stepping towards the ball with your dominant foot. You don't want to go this way unless you're hitting a backhand. A backhand will be the opposite foot when you're hitting a drop. And you want to make sure that you're contacting the ball as it's coming from the highest point on its way down, not on its way up to the highest point. And then your follow through and your finish should be pointing to where you want the ball to go. Told them about topspin too, how they can just finish their paddle perpendicular in the area of where they want it to be, so it dips down at their feet. And those are all your checkpoints.
I love how you're getting advanced with topspin. It's good.
Just a little
A
tip.
great drill to do, at least I think, is if you do have a partner, you're going to stand here and you're going to learn the step, you're going to have Michelle be ready, you're going to hit a drop, and you're going to step forward with your opposite foot, step, and then I'm going to bounce it, and then she's going to go up. Again.
See how I contacted the ball as it came from its highest point down?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I always check. Obviously your footwork. If you're out of position, that's the easiest thing to, target and change for your next shot. But the second thing is always, do I hit the ball when it's coming down? Did I do that? Or did I meet it at the wrong time because my timing was off?
And the main thing too, you want to make sure, at least for me, is tennis, you can play off your back foot. You don't want to be falling back. And like I said, keep your body down and forward. Keep it compact and concise. And the step
I said no backswing.
the step will ensure that you don't take your paddle back. I like to think, and if you guys look back at our videos like 2.5 years ago, I was doing this slinger bag review and I was working on the third shot drop. It's funny, I thought I was so good, but my drops are literally like this. And it was really bad. It was kind of embarrassing. But I want to keep it up because that video is doing so well. But because of the sling bag, not because of my drops. But when you do it, you want to keep, for me, and what really changed my perspective of the drop, I would say, just paddle straight down in front and then go forward.
Yeah, no
There's
backswing.
basically no backswing as possible. You literally put your paddle straight down and then go forward. Just like the beanbag toss or like the dink. And the big thing about pickleball, and what I'm really starting to become very adamant about, is that all these shots, regardless of what level you are playing, go back to the basics. Get the paddle out front, extend, just like a dink, with your arm and your shoulder.
So
kind
the
of the
drop
basic
is
shots.
a dink from further back in the court.
Basically, you just
that
have more.
might give a light bulb into some people's brains if they're watching this.
Do this again.
The third shot drop is a dink just from further away. And you want to make sure that you're treating it that way.
Yeah.
That you should be always in ready position. When I'm in ready position to hit a dink or a drop, my paddle goes down first. And then it goes right back here. It's not going here. This is a drive and a drive only.
And
I bring the paddle back behind my body, ever.
Into this video.
Serve and drive.
Yes. And into this video, I said, you want to take the ball early. And then I thought about the apex. You want to wait. I was like, oh my gosh.
The ball early in front of your body.
But
the paddle early.
But now as we're talking through this, go real quick, right? So the reason why you're not taking the ball early and you're getting jammed is because you're taking a big backswing. You want the ball to always be in front of you. And remember, this ball is going to come to you here. It's not going to just kick up at you. So you want to keep your paddle out in front to make contact down front. You don't want to take a big backswing because then you'll make contact close. And we should totally do a short on that here, contact out in front versus back. What's the difference? That would be huge. And the reason why you're getting jammed and popping up because you're getting too close is because you're taking the paddle back. Because when you come on side of your body, close to your body, you're gonna make contact close to your body. So go again. So now, after she steps, right, I'm going to force, watch this ball. I'm not here tossing it to her.
Because that's uncomfortable. I had to move my body back to hit it.
She's always going out to the ball. And again, how do we go out to the ball? She's just making contact down front. So if you can get someone to drop, feed the ball out in front rather than close, that's gonna be good. Now the last progression that we're gonna do for that is now you're going to bounce, step when it bounces, not bounce when it steps. So you're gonna step, bounce, hit. Step, bounce, hit. You're going a little bit too fast.
I hate when you do this.
You hate drop beats because you don't come from tennis?
I hate this step, bounce, hit. You learn that way in racket sports. I cannot.
Okay.
Step, bounce, hit, drop, bounce. I'm like, wait, what's the order? Can I get the pattern again? I cannot. This is an example of Tyler's tips don't work for me. This is a tip that does not work for me.
Well,
I don't play on rhythm.
Well,
you play on rhythm.
I gave you
pendulum. Doesn't work for me. But do you want me to? Here, I'll feed it to you.
So, it works for me. And again, different tips work for different people, right?
Yeah,
and that's what we're all about. Is that as soon as the ball bounces, then I step and hit. A lot of people, and the reason why I am so big on this tip is because a lot of people are like, oh, when do I step? Or they step and then they go. No, as soon as the ball bounces, that's when you step and hit. As soon as the ball bounces, that's when you step and hit. And that's going to help you a ton. At least for me.
It could help
If you're like Michelle, not going to work. Maybe for one person it'll work, maybe another.
I'm like, I need to feel it. I need to get in the zone and feel it. I can't put patterns in my brain and say words. Because I'll remember with the drive, you have some pattern with the drive. I cannot, like, I shut down.
And that's
I think
probably
it's step, bounce, hit, actually.
That's probably why. That's probably why we're getting like 85% likes and not 100. But that's okay. There's Michelle's out there too. Yeah. Okay. So that is what you need to do. Again, you need to make sure that you make contact down front. Keep your body down. If you may step, bounce, hit, or whatever I said, you could do whatever she said. And you're going to be good to go.
Across the board, just do tons of them. And then you start to feel yourself, feel your body.
And like
figure it out for yourself.
The main thing about this video that I want everyone to understand is it's repetition. Repetition, practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. So if you could put yourself in this situation over and over again, you're going to get better drops and you're going to like have to problem solve. And the big thing with the drop is like, what I love about pickleball is that it's so relatively new. Okay, everyone says like pickleball's been around for like years, but like it really didn't get popular until like recently, like maybe like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Even now it's way more popular than it was.
Tons of new players every single
And like the thing is like now Ben Johns is going out saying like you can make the drop like the scoop drop. And like, okay, then they have the top spin drop. And thing is that there's no like data out there that says like, okay, like tennis, you got to make sure you make contact here. Even tennis is evolving. So is pickleball evolving with the technology and all the new players and everything, probably more at a rapid rate compared to tennis because.
Do you know what matters the most though?
Repetition.
What makes these players that are watching this video win more points? What makes them win?
Watching our Instagram.
Yeah,
or
and
YouTube.
That's why I think you're an amazing coach because I don't do step, bounce, hit, but you say, here's your feel, Michelle, get your feel down. And that works for me, and that makes me become a way better player than just Bible whatever X, Y, and Z tells me because they're a pro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why I think you're a great coach because realizing that you're talking to 10 different people.
Yeah.
It's not just one size fits all.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I did not know you were going to like boost me up a little bit, but that was good. After
it's just facts.
Slam me down with my amazing footwork tip that I thought was so good. But if you guys thought this video was good, again, the best way to support our channel isn't to like or subscribe. It's to share with your pickleball group. But we're extremely excited to have Michelle here. And getting back to it though, the best way to support our channel is share this to your pickleball friends if it helped you. It's even better than tipping us. Share to your pickleball friends. Now, the one person that you don't want to share to is anyone that you're playing in the tournament in the next few days because they're going to watch this. They're going to have amazing drops because they're going to go through all the drills. They're going to hear about my footwork thing, of course, and Michelle's amazing tips. And then guess what? They're going to be dropping in your tournament and they're going to beat you. But if you're not playing them, share it to them and support our channel and have a good one. Happy hitting. And we will see you guys next time on court.